Yo, what's good, YouTube? I just wanted to thank everybody that looked at my first video and liked, subscribed, commented, whatever. I just want to say I appreciate y'all. I had a few people that asked questions, so I'm just getting into detail about why I wanted to get a transplant and where did I go, things of that nature. So I first heard about the process, the hair transplant thing, from the reality star Safari. He was the first one that I ever heard about doing it, and was open about it. And I'm like, whoa, like, yo, this really a thing. Like, I always had beef with like my forehead. But at the time, I had locks or whatever, so it was cool. But I'm like, yo, if I ever get a chance, like, I'm gonna drop this joint down a few inches or whatever. Um, and then the rapper Tiger was the one that, once my hair got damaged, like he was the one that had me like, okay, yeah, I got to do this, cause bruh joint was like back here, he had the U. His joint was hurt, you know what I'm saying? And now he got the long hair, got like the braids or whatever, and his joint down, so him and Tory Lanez, they went to the same doctor. Of course, but these reality stars, they superstars, so they got a little more bread than I got. So, I was thinking like, wow, I'm never gonna run across this type of bread. Or it'll be a while before I run across that type of bread. Like they were saying they paid like, I think like 30,000 or more, something like that, to get it done, but they got it done overseas. And I was just like, yeah, I ain't got that type of money, but I definitely want it done. And during this time, my self-esteem was really hit. Like it really took a hit. Like I mentioned in my first video, COVID took a lot of my hair out. I had no idea it was linked to hair loss like that. That took a lot of my hair out. Of course, barbers, stylists, things like that, they play a factor. But COVID really did a number on my hair. And I was losing hair rapidly, and I couldn't live with it, honestly. I really couldn't. I didn't want to do the baldy, cause I'm gonna be real. Like every light-skinned dude that go, start losing their hair, that's what they do. Like they get a baldy and they end up looking like Joe Budden. Like we all looking like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't want to do that. That's no disrespect to Joe Budden. Hey, disrespect. But I couldn't do it. I didn't want to go that route. I was just like, yo, like I really want to get a hair transplant. Like I really want my hair back, because I felt like because mine wasn't really genetics, like I really felt like something was taken away from me, and I started feeling like, wow, like I'm not in control of the way I look, like if that makes sense. To not really have a say so of how you look, that bothered me, and I couldn't bear it. I couldn't live with it. It was just killing my self-esteem. It got to the point where, like me, I'm the type of guy, right? I'm not a pretty boy or whatever, but listen, I'm the type of guy, I love taking pictures. Like I understand what pictures are, what they mean. They capture, moments in your life. Some moments you'll never be able to get back. For instance, graduations, prom, just things like that. You'll never be able to get certain moments back. So I always been one for pictures. Like I'm down with pictures. I'm smiling, things like that. It got to a point where I just no longer wanted to take pictures. if I did, it was like a fake smile, like a, you know what I'm saying, instead of my normal, you know what I'm saying, just happy. It was affecting my relationship as well, because, my girl, whenever we would go out and things like that, she wanted to take a picture or something. And I'm just like, man, I'm not looking happy. So, for her, she was thinking that it was more so of her or whatever. Like she was the reason or something. And it wasn't that. I just didn't feel confident. I didn't feel good about myself, looking in the mirror, and I just didn't like what I seen. And of course you get the people around you, the ones that love you the most, they hit you with the, oh, but you're so handsome, da 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 da. And I appreciate that. I just didn't feel it. It's a difference in believing it, hearing it, and feeling it. You know what I'm saying? And I just didn't feel it. I didn't feel it. I'm not gonna say I didn't believe them. Like, I definitely felt like, okay, yeah, they telling me the truth. And this is what they feel, but I don't feel it. I don't feel it in the inside. And that's what was important to me. So I looked further into the hair transplant. Of course, U.S. prices was out of the question. Couldn't do it. Nope. Too much. For the type of work that I needed, it was like, nah, yo. Like, we talking maybe 10,000 at the minimum. And I was like, yo, I ain't got 10 racks to put on my head. You know what I'm saying? I think the cheapest that I heard was I think maybe 8,000, maybe somewhere in Atlanta, maybe 8,000, maybe. And I was like, that's a lot. You know what I'm saying? 8 racks to just put on my head. That's a lot. Like, granted, I want my hair back. I definitely do. I want my junk back. But damn, 8 racks. That's, I'm trying to be responsible with the money too. But yeah, I couldn't do that. And that's when I came across a couple videos on YouTube, a couple guys that I followed. One in particular, I can't remember my brother's name, yo. I think his name is Frank. Oh no, it's not Frank, it's Phil. Yeah, it's Phil. His name is Phil. He was like the first dude that I seen, that like wasn't a superstar or whatever, go overseas and get this hair transplant. And I was like, wow, okay. I started following him in his journey. And yeah, bro, his joint really looked nice. He said he went to a company called Ashley Tarkan. I guess that's how you pronounce it. But they're located over there in Istanbul, Turkey. And he went over there and he got his joint done. And I started following him and a few others that had went over there. A guy named, I think Thelman, he went over there and he got his joint done. And my man's Riley had got his done. He was the most recent that I had seen that had me like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. His video was real informative. And the fact that he went by himself, that made it even better because I was preparing to do the same. And I was worried about that because, man, I don't even like flying. Like, that was honestly like my second big flight being over there. Like, the flight altogether was 19 hours. So it was like 9 hours going and I think like 13 hours back, something like that. So, yeah, it was something like that. But yeah, yeah. So I started following the company, man. And I got into contact with my man's Yumi. Yumi was my contact over there. And I talked to him for like a year and just asked him whatever questions I had. I did my research in between, compared prices and things like that. And I just went through with it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't let anybody steer me away from what I wanted to do. You know, of course, you know, everybody thought I was crazy, felt like I was crazy. They felt like I was doing too much because, you know, it's not really too common. You know what I'm saying? It's something you have to search for, but it's not too common. And I was just like, yo, I'm not gonna let nobody steer me away from this because this is genuinely what I want to do. You know, I want to do this for me. Like I'm doing it for me so I can feel good about myself, you know, when I look in the mirror. And I'm just glad I went through with it. I'm glad I did it. You know, today makes about like 2 weeks, since my procedure. I got it done August 26th of this year, 2022 or whatever. Today is like what, like September 8th, I think. And yeah, like, you know, I can definitely say I would do it again. It was painful. However, it definitely was painful. I felt most of that procedure. I did. You know, I already spoke about that, but I would do it again. I would definitely do it again. Like for this to be just 2 weeks, I think my results, you know, my results are good. You know, all of the scabs have pretty much came off. You know, and I'm now in the itchy stage. Like, you know what I'm saying, my hair is really starting to itch. Mainly the donor area, nothing really up here. I still can't feel up here. Even when I'm in the shower, like I'm in the shower and water hit my head, I can't feel it right here. But yeah, you know, as you can see, everything's coming along. Show y'all my, you know, my donor area. I got my crown done as well. The crown itches. Hope y'all can see that. You know, it's nice of view. And right now, I think my donor area is probably what I'm worried about the most. Not too worried, because I just got faith, man. I'm like, yo, I let them do what they needed to do or what they recommended, because for one, I knew I was only gonna do one and done. One and done, that was it. Like I'm not going get no 2 and 3 hair transplants. Shout out to the ones that have done that. I can't do that. Like, I already knew it was gonna hurt or whatever, and I was just like, yo, being that this hurt like this, or it's gonna hurt, this got to be a one and done thing. I'm not, this ain't gonna be no 2 and 3 trips, none of that. And that's all kind of pricey. Like, you know, it goes up every year or whatever. When I first started looking at it, looking at the transplant, it was like $1,700 when I first started looking at it. And yeah, you know, it ended up being like, it ended up going up to like 25 or something like that. So yeah, you know, it goes up, you know, because it's getting more popular, you know what I'm saying? So prices are getting competitive. But yeah, like I said, one and done, that's all I wanted to do. They pulled more grabs than what we talked about. I already spoke about that. But like I said, I wanted them to take is whatever they needed, you know, to get the results I needed for the one and done and be over with. You know what I'm saying? I know I have a good grade of hair. I wasn't sure if I was like a Norwood and you know, all of the other little names that the community used or whatever. I didn't even look into any of that and ask. I just know that my hair in the back, I just knew that my hair was like strong, and you know that I had a good donor area. Cause like I said, mine wasn't really genetics. It was, you know, just damaged because of COVID and, you know, bad stylists and things like that. So yeah, you know, definitely glad I went through with it. Um, and shout out to Yumi, because Yumi really held me down. He really answered every question. Even now, like I can hit him right now with the question, and he's gonna have an answer. He's gonna have an answer. So shout out to him. I definitely say, like, if you thinking about the process, man, you know, ask questions. You know, feel free to, you know, hit me in the comments, whatever, message me, do whatever. You know what I'm saying? I try my best to answer. But also just do your research as well. You know, the company I went to, Ashley Tarkan, may not be for you. You may not like what you see. I don't know. You know, only you can determine that. But definitely go through with it. Don't let anybody stir you away from it, tell you that it's crazy or whatever, or you don't need this, and like, just do it. You know what I'm saying? Really, just go ahead through with it, and you know, just take a chance. You gotta take the leap of faith, yo. Gotta do that. You know, so yeah. Like I said, like and subscribe to my channel. Check out my first video if you didn't. And stay tuned. You know, I'm still gonna be updating. I'm gonna try to update like every month or whatever. So yeah, just be on the lookout, man. I appreciate y'all. Be easy.